Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Rit, and Miss Matt. Hello. Okay, Buffy. I'm just gonna be real with you. I had a terrible day yesterday, and today isn't much better. I was gonna record this actually last night, and then I was like, something that you learn doing this shit is that you have to know when to be like, I can't record right now because I am not in the mood for it. And that's not being a diva. That's like, the video is gonna suck if I record right now. I think I can carry a video today. Couldn't have done so last night, but I'm just gonna let you know right here up front because I don't know how this is gonna go. Last time we watched Buffy, in reality, last time we watched Angel. But whatever. Last Buffy episode was Pangs. It sucked. I'm not gonna talk about it. Then I watched Angel. Angel 1-8. I Will Remember You. I think that was the name of the episode. A lot in that episode. It really reminded me of Steins Gate, which is a really good thing. I loved Steins Gate. And that Angel episode was really good. There is a hint that Buffy may or may not will probably die before the show ends or at the end of the show. And then also, maybe or not, Angel undid that future from happening. And that is also if you believe the words of the oracles, who may or may not have absolute understanding of things. Whatever. It was a very dramatic episode. That's why it was good. So we're gonna focus on that. I really like that Angel episode. It's a good one. I should have posted a reaction video to that one, so you can go and watch it if you didn't. And after this, I think I'll also do a reaction video to the next Angel episode, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm doing a reaction to Angel 1-9 and Angel 1-10. And then I'm doing a reaction to Angel 1-18, 19, and then 22, I think. Yeah, I'll do those. But yeah, I'm doing Angel next week again instead of Buffy, so just so you know. Anyway, patron, support the channel. I am very low energy today. We're just gonna watch the episode. Buffy season 4, episode 9. Let's go. Oh, cool.
Hey, Buffy.
Hi.
Is there something you want to tell me?
Oh, yes. I am a lesbian.
Respect. Like, I know that is a joke, but the conversation has moved so forward in the past couple decades that I would believe if someone told me that they were a lesbian like that.
I have been known to do a little prep work before our conversations. It's not easy, talking to you sometimes. It's like an oral exam.
Boy, that's just what every girl longs to hear.
I never know how you're going to react to something. That's why I like you so much. You're a mystery.
He's very honest.
It's just different, A picnic.
It's so interesting that we went from Angel 1-8 to this. We're immediately going into another love interest after what I just saw.
I really like being around him, and I think he cares about me. I feel like something's missing.
He's not making you miserable?
Is Willow wearing a poncho?
I have to get away from that bad boy thing. There's no good there. Isn't that where the fire comes from? Can a nice, safe relationship be that intense? Part of me believes that real love and passion have to go hand in hand with pain and fighting.
I was waiting for the punchline vampire. Like, I get the feeling that, like, Buffy the show influences Angel the show more, which makes sense. Angel the show wouldn't exist without Buffy the show. But you could watch Buffy without not knowing anything about Angel, and you'd be like totally fine. There's just gonna be like a couple throwaway lines that are just gonna throw you off, like, oh, what do they mean by that? But I feel like if you watch Angel, you also need to be watching Buffy.
I came out through an air vent. I don't know exactly where. I'm done.
You know where. Kiss the librarian. That's a great mug. She has a blood sippy cup.
You've done it to her, Angel. You must have.
Okay.
Hey, give it.
How long are you gonna pull this crap?
How long am I gonna live once I tell you?
Spike, we have no intention of killing a harmless creature, but we have to know what's
He hates that.
You're impotent or...
Hey,
Sorry, poor choice of words.
Flaccid?
you are one step away, Missy.
Giles, help! He's gonna scold me. Maybe we made it a little too comfy in here for you.
I'm chained in a bathtub drinking pig's blood from a novelty mug.
I mean, the reality is that he was worse before this they
that
are
blood,
actually
just-
his best choice.
Giles, make us stop.
If those two don't kill each other.
What about a truth spell? Kind of vampire, but we could try. Make him fess up. It's pretty simple. I'll stop by the magic shop tomorrow.
Excellent.
Oh god. Like, nothing ever goes easy. It's like, oh, I'll go to the magic shop and I'll drop by tomorrow. It's like, well, something's gonna happen.
She seems to be coping better with others' departure, don't you think?
She's not. She's just
Well, she still
pretending.
has a way to go, but yeah, I think she's dealing.
What, are you people blind? She's hanging on by a thread. And Nini could see that.
I like that Spike is the only person with enough awareness for any given situation. Last episode was exactly like that too.
I feel like I've been split down the center and half of me is lost.
I know.
Oz is gone.
I feel like every time Spike is on screen, I'm like, yeah. I'm like at that point. Spike is like the best thing about this season so far.
Timmy's down the bloody well, and if you make me miss it, I'll do what? Lick me to death?
You seriously drive for fun?
Well, not four-wheeling or anything, but yeah. You're kidding, right?
I like that.
I mean, you know how to drive.
I like that this is such an American thing. You're like 16 and it's like, oh, you gotta learn how to drive. I'm 27. I never learned. Never even attempted. It took my sister until she was like 32 or something like that. My dad doesn't know how to.
Thought I was.
Yes, sure, innuendo. Moving on. I'm talking about cars here. This is important.
I interrupted. You've got apples. I missed.
Wait,
That is the most depressing interaction.
there's plenty to go around.
Oh, he's inviting her in.
Everything's fine. Same. Oh. Your apples are turning brown. The way they do.
Yeah, guess they do that.
Come.
That's just in for a
Anya.
Didn't even call her.
Is she dancing by herself?
Way to rebound.
I believe that's the dance of a brave little toaster.
Yeah, I don't think she's with anyone.
Hey guys, come on! This music's great!
It's nice to see you brought your boogie shoes tonight, Will.
Yeah, the grand scheme of things, we're all just...
Drunk?
It's such a strong word. Kind of a guttural Anglo-Saxon word, drunk.
We had a whole episode about this.
Anybody remember when Buffy had the fun beer fest and went 1 million years BC?
Yeah, I remember how the show didn't get paid on the bonus that they tried to get for that episode, which was the best thing about that episode.
I've got pain here, big time legitimate pain.
We all have pain, Will.
Oh, like what? Oh, poor me, I live in a basement. Yeah, that's dire.
Santa has a rough
Okay,
situation,
you know what? That's
man.
it. I'm taking you home.
I like how he just walked away.
I just can't stand feeling this way. I want it to be over. Well, isn't there some way I can just make it go away? Just because I say so? Can I just make it go poof?
You can try a spell to do that, and it's not gonna be good. Oh, Amy? Are we ever gonna restore Amy? Ever? I know it's funny, but it's also kind of fucked up. She's gonna try to do a spell to remove her emotions or something, I don't know. Which I don't think would ever be good.
From this eve forth, my will be done.
Okay. Let's see what
It
happens.
is my will that my heart be healed. Now, I will that this book speak its words to me. I will that this Q-tip gets unbendy.
I came because we had an appointment the other day.
Oh, right, the truth spell.
I know that you're going through a very difficult time.
I picked up the motherwort. I just forgot the doing the spell part.
That isn't like you at all.
I even tried to do a spell last night. To have my will done. I was hoping it would make me feel better.
I don't think it's wise for you to be doing that alone right now. Your energy's too unfocused.
Well, that's not true.
I only meant that you're grieving, and it might be wise if you took a break from doing spells without supervision.
So I get punished because I'm in pain?
It's not punishment. I'm only saying this because...
Oh, you care.
Oh, this is bad.
You all want me to take the time and go through the pain. As long as you don't have to hear about it anymore.
I see how you could feel that way. I do...
No,
He
you
came all
don't.
the way here to
You
see
say
it.
that you do, but you don't see anything.
And now he's blind.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, he's blind.
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
But why did he just walk away?
Let your deceitful tongue be...
I guess he's not blind. He's just going blind. He can free himself. I mean, he can't harm anyone. He can escape, but like, they're giving him food, which he can't procure any other way. So like, what else is she gonna do?
If I had any real power, I could have made Oz stay with me. The only real witch here is fuzzy little Amy.
Yes!
First, she's a perfectly normal girl.
Yes!
Then poof, she's a rat. I could never do something like that.
Ah, that's funny. That's really funny. I don't even know if that was the same actress. It would have been great if she was just like screaming, but that would have made the joke no work.
I don't see the big. He's probably just standing out there. You'll find him in 2 seconds.
Well, it happens. So Willow is God, by the way.
Thought that was gonna take longer.
Me too. Must have got turned around.
Okay, but did she alter space-time so that this just happened? They just teleported there?
Open up! I'm gonna kill you!
Spike, there's nothing there.
Let me in! Hey! Watch it!
One more word out of you and I swear.
You're not gonna do anything to me. You don't have the stones.
Giles! I accidentally killed Spike! That's okay, right?
I'm going through something.
Oh my god,
And you'd
stop
think every once
talking!
in a while-
I'm dying for a good slay.
Spike's more important than me. I get it.
Right now, she needs Spike.
Well, fine. Why doesn't she just go marry him?
The two of you could remain civil long enough to...
What the actual fuck
It's
is
just so
happening?
sudden.
Just say yes. And make me the happiest man on earth.
Of course it's yes.
So we need to get a priest? This is so stupid.
Giles, you'll never believe what's happened.
Oh.
Insect lady, mummy girl, Anya. You're a demon magnet.
Don't talk
Hey, I was just trying to help.
ill about Anya. Also, that's really bad for Sander.
There's so much to decide. Ceremony, guests, reception.
This is so
Well,
wild.
first thing I'd say, we're not having a church wedding. Mr. and
This
Mrs.
is
Big pile
insane.
of dust. Look at that lip. Gonna get it. Gonna get it.
Yes, please stop.
Giles, did you see my ring?
Thankfully, not very well.
Charles, I get the feeling that
I'm
you
not
did not
crazy.
approve of Spike.
And I know that you probably don't approve.
Sophia
But this
magnetic
day's about
field.
family. My real family.
This is weirdly
And I'd
heartwarming
like you to be the one to get
in
me
the
away.
worst ways.
Oh, Buffy, that's so... Oh, for God's
Yeah,
sake,
it's
this
like-
is nonsense. Something is making you act this way. Don't you realize what you're doing?
Living the dream.
He's gonna have to take a bit of time to get used to it, but
And can we have the photographer Angel would have wanted and the flowers Angel would have liked?
Hey! You think I don't live with the shadow of Drusilla over my head? I'm not wondering if you're going to be thinking of her on our honeymoon when you're
I like
making
the best.
love to me.
Oh. Oh, this is a weird episode.
I seem to be rather,
Blind.
rather blind. Completely, in fact.
We'll fix it, don't worry.
what you want is a general reversal spell. Gonna need supplies.
He's actually helping.
Helping me?
Well, it's almost like you're my father-in-law, isn't it?
Yeah, like, Buffy cares about you, and Buffy's my wife, so... This is so fucking wild. I kind of love it.
We're family.
I kind of love it because it's Spike actually acting, like, good.
I have more scotch.
And I know that by the time that the spell reverses, he's gonna hate that this is the way it went. Oh, is she gonna run into, like, Riley? Or... Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, he's right there! This is so fucking stupid. Why is he right there?
I want you to promise me that we can always be friends. And I'd really like you to be there on the day. My wedding. I'm getting married. Can you believe it?
Overnight.
Sometimes you just look at someone and you know?
No.
I
Yeah.
think nobody really likes him.
I just need to clear a few things up.
I
This-
don't even really like him, but I love him.
What's his name?
Who?
The groom.
Spike.
That's a name? I really...
This poor guy.
Old.
Well, not as old as my last boyfriend was.
Okay.
She's into the silver foxes.
I shouldn't have let her go away mad.
He's a demon magnet, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Technically, every vampire is a demon. And also, every other person in Sunnydale is also a demon, so... Oh, here we go.
The parvo demon! Drowning is the only way to kill it!
I like that she has demon knowledge. Okay, why was it filled with water? Another demon.
I don't like him. He's insipid. Clearly human.
We could smear a little on the mouth. The blood of the innocent.
That's my girl.
This episode is something else.
What's wrong with Buffy?
Huh, such a good question.
Well, terrible name.
Don't you start in on my mother.
Hold up the window.
They keep coming and coming.
And you're bringing them here.
I couldn't see.
But they didn't know that.
He's all untied.
Maybe the demons have something to do with Giles being blind. Giles is blind?
Whatever you're doing, you smell like fruit roll-ups.
This is the crack team that foils my every plan. I am deeply shamed.
Why are you holding hands?
They have to hear it sooner or later.
Yeah.
Spike and I are getting married.
How?
Yeah.
The man I love.
Can I be blind too?
Yeah. It's like kind of a gift here.
Wait. Mary.
He pierced it together. He heard it.
Thing's so familiar.
He's rolling. He's rolling. Roll the dice.
Oh, Willow.
He got it. He rolled high.
She told me I was a demon magnet and you two should get married.
And Giles puts it together.
She did a
Yes.
spell. I probably only escaped because I'm the Slayer. Some kind of natural immunity.
Yeah.
Willow is out there and she probably doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, it's really bad. Why though? Why though? Sander is the demon magnet. Oh, that's bad.
This was burned. To Hoffren. Bastard. He's opened a portal here.
This is not Katie's dad, is it?
To Hoffren. He made me a demon 1120 years
Oh!
You have much anger and pain. Your
Oh.
magic is strong, but your pain, it's like a scream that pierces dimensional walls.
Patron demon of
You've heard
scorned
your
women.
fall.
I'm sorry.
Our intention is not to quash your potential, quite the contrary.
They want to turn Willow into another Anya. Oh, that's cool. I like that there's this connection between Willow and Anya right now. The idea that Anya at one point was Willow in the past. This brings me back.
You are ready to join us here in Arash Mahar.
Oh, wait, we
She doesn't quite remember.
They're strong, and I can't fight. If they get in, I don't know if I can protect you.
You think you have to protect me?
Oh, God. But I didn't mean to.
But you did. You will make a fine vengeance demon.
No, please. You have to help them. I mean, you've been super nice and everything, but I don't want to be a demon. I just want to go back and help my friends.
That is your answer? I'm sorry to hear that. Oh well.
Okay, cool.
You change your mind, give us a chance.
Okay, cool. It was just a casual business meeting. Okay, Willow, all you gotta do is just show up and be like, everything's fine now. She's here now.
Let my will be safe again. As these words of peace are spoken, let this harmful spell be broken.
Demon's gone. And they just start screaming at each other.
Oh! Bloody hell!
They have to remember everything that just happened. There's no way they don't remember.
Look, cookies. A very not evil thing I did. Oatmeal.
It's very funny. The chocolate chip, I can see them. I still need my glasses, though. You could be more specific and give me 20/20.
Ease my pain.
They're just staring at each other like, God damn it.
Don't I get the cookie?
No.
He can't taste them.
Well, I'm not the one who wanted wind beneath my wings for the first dance.
Oh, shit. They're just gonna start throwing dirt on each other.
Decent.
She's gonna realize that she
my
tanked.
God,
Yes.
Riley thinks I'm engaged.
What?
Riley, he saw me.
You thought I was serious?
Hard time.
Okay, just a
I
joke.
did not have fear in my eyes.
Yes, you did.
You're insane.
Uh-huh.
Alright, cool. Coolio.
Okay then. Just another little piece.
To be fair, that's a good joke. Just like looking at wedding dresses and then the guy you like shows up and you're like, I can fuck with this guy right now. I have all the props I need right here. I don't even know where I want to go with my thoughts on that episode. a fucking wild ass episode. On some ways, it gave me vibes of the Halloween episode, not the recent one, the original one, where everyone turned into their costumes, and also the episode where all the adults started acting like immature teenagers. Like, those episodes are episodes of like characters you have are acting in a different manner. I feel like this is what this was. I mean, in a very limited manner, because, you know, Giles is blind, so he's not acting like a different person, he's just blind. Sander and Anya, they're just punching demons. Like, they're just running away. They're not acting differently as what they normally do. But Buffy and Spike are acting like completely different people. And that was fun. I have a slight... I mean, I don't know if concern is the right word, but it's like a slight just grievance with the show. Because I feel like I can count with one hand the amount of episodes where Buffy hasn't had drama with a boy regarding romance with another boy in the entire show. You know, we're 4 seasons in and it still feels like if anything happens to Buffy, it has to be regarding romantic relationship with a boy. And on this episode, last episode I watched, which was the Angel episode. And again, it's weird to talk about, you know, episodes of Buffy here and also episodes of Angel, because it feels like Buffy can just hold on its own without any interference by Angel the show. But then also that episode of Angel I just watched was so fucking good. And it also is canonical, so I have to keep it in mind here regarding Buffy and how she feels about relationships. And I know for a fact that if given the opportunity, Buffy would throw her entire life away to go with Angel if they could, right? If Angel was human and they could just happily have a normal ass relationship, they would. However, she comes back and then she immediately starts going on about Riley, how much she loves him, which I'm not even saying isn't true. If she really likes him, she has a huge crush on him or whatever. And like, I believe that. But it feels almost like Buffy canon and Angel canon are kind of in 2 separate worlds a little bit. But anyway, we have that. And then the plot of the episode is that she falls in love and marries Spike. So that's like a third person I have to think about Buffy in a romantic relationship with, at least within the episode. So that's like, we could do so much more with Buffy, and instead we do this. You know, that's kind of how I feel. I'm not saying it's a horrible, terrible thing, but it is a thought and a concern that I have expressed before. And I feel like the more we go, the more merit that thought gains. And I don't necessarily think that that's a good thing. But whatever. It's fine. Because within this episode, it's fine. Because it was honestly kind of funny. The funniest bit about the episode, I mean, I say funny in almost a way. It's been 0 days since I mentioned Lover's Walk. But it's almost funny in that I feel like it's the writer poking fun at the audience a little bit, but I might just be reading too much into it. That's not necessarily true, but it feels like the Amy thing when Willow says Amy's just a normal human girl and then she just come back, and then it's like, and then poof, she's a rat, and then she goes back immediately to being a rat again. It kind of does feel like maybe, I don't know, like I get the feeling that maybe Buffy is an example of like early fandom, you know, not super early, but you know, early enough. It was the 90s, where there was early internet fandom where you can, I don't know, find maybe some forums about people talking about Buffy. And I can imagine people looking up, like, what are the fans thinking? And the fans are just like, man, like, why isn't Amy coming back? You know, like, Amy was cool. Or, like, it's kind of fucked up that they don't bring, they aren't even trying to turn Amy back into a human, you know? She's just a rat. And maybe the writer looks at that and they're like, we're gonna poke fun at that, you know? Like, she's gonna come back and then she's immediately gonna go away because fuck you, she's a rat now. Deal with it. I was celebrating when she turned into a human, and then she turned back into a rat, and I immediately was like, okay, that's good. That was a good move. I would have preferred if she turned into a human. I'm not even gonna lie about that, because I like the character of Amy. But I also almost feel like Amy has been completely replaced by Anya. Because Anya's like my favorite character now. She kind of feels like she fits into that weird same role where she is the outsider that comes into the main cast, and she's kind of weird. Amy was weird because she was a witch that lives by herself after being tortured by her mother who stole her body or whatever. Anya is weird because she's a demon that's like thousands of years old or something. And I like Anya a lot more. So I'm fine with Amy not coming. Like, the moment that Anya became like a main cast member, I kind of stopped giving a shit about Amy ever coming back. I was like, I'm good. Anyway, that's not even the focus of the episode. Let's talk about Buffy marrying Spike. So at first I thought it would be weirder because Willow said Buffy marrying Spike. So that made me think that Buffy would be the one that forced Spike to marry her, which would have been weirder. But instead, they were both completely in love with each other. And that was kind of funny, actually. I mean, it's just funny to grab characters that just hate each other, and then suddenly they're just all over each other and they're fucking banging and shit. I mean, they're not banging in this episode, okay? They didn't do that. But I think they talk about it like at least once, you know? It's funny because, again, it's so easy. That is a shipping dynamic. That's what that is. Like, there is a shipping dynamic between, I think the tag is called enemies to lovers. I think that is what the tag is called. But also, in the business, we call this a kismeses. Okay, that's what we used to call them back in the old days. The old days of 2013 or whatever. This is something that makes sense because there is already a dynamic within these two characters that have strong emotions from one to the other, you know? Buffy hates Spike, Spike hates Buffy. So it's very easy to just flip that because they still have strong emotions. It's just the opposite emotion now. So it's fun. It was just fun to see that. I feel like moving forward, that's just gonna loom over them. I feel, if anything, that this episode does a great job at making Spike integrate into the main cast a little bit better. Because, like, Spike is going through the same stupid shit that everyone else is going through weekly. And this time, he's, like, also falling prey to that. But then he's also, like, flustered and shit because he lived through some really stupid shit where he is marrying Buffy or something. So now he doesn't just like hate them. Now he's like actually having memories shared with them, and he is ashamed of them a little bit. But not just him, everyone else too. So there's like a weird sense of camaraderie because we all just went through this event. So I think this episode does a great job at that because I feel like Spike is going to turn into, I mean, he's in the opening credits. I think they added him like 2 episodes ago or something like that. Because I remember, I think someone said on a Patreon comment like, oh, you looked away at just a moment where you shouldn't have. And I'm like, when did I look away? And then I went back and I think it was in the intro. I was looking away while James Masters showed up in the credits. And I was like, was James Masters always in the credits, you know? So maybe they just added him just recently. And if that's the case, and that implies that he's main cast member, or at least a very strong supportive ally. Okay, he's just in the crew now. He's just gonna roll with the crew now. If that's the case, and this episode does a great job of just establishing him a little bit in the dynamic of the group. I also really like how in the dynamic of the group, he's the only person that is like, are you guys fucking blind? She's hanging by a thread. Like, he's the only one that perceives that Willow is not doing okay. Everyone else is just kind of like, just be like, oh my god, I wonder if Willow is okay. And Spike is like, no, she's fucking not. Look at her. And he's right. And even in the previous episode, Pangs, he's the only person that spoke some sense into everybody, which was like, you fucking kill those people. They are not gonna give a shit about what you have to say. And he's right, because even though he's praising the colonialism of the reality of what happened in America, he's like the only person that's actually saying it like it is. Everyone else is kind of sidestepping or refusing to look at it in the worst perspective, and Spike just goes right through it, and he's just like, no, this is the way it is. Fucking, and he's right. Same goes in this episode. So I feel like Spike is just gonna add that to the dynamic. Like, everyone else is just going to be like, man, I wonder if, and Spike is gonna be like, yes, shut up, go. Like, he just doesn't have time for that bullshit. which is kind of fun, honestly, because he's literally just tied to a chair or to a bathtub, and he's like, fucking shut up, go. Spike is a fun character. I mentioned it like as I was watching the episode, kind of during the beginning. I'm looking at Spike, and I'm like, whenever Spike is not on screen, I should be screaming at my screen, asking where is Spike. You know, like Spike is such a fun character now. He was always a fun character, but now he's just really funny. Now his role in the whole show and the dynamic here is just really interesting to me. I really like it. It's not so much, it is somewhat interesting, but it is more funny that it is interesting. And I think that makes him very likable. I see now why people really like this character. Like, this is the season where I feel like you have to start coming around on Spike. Like, you have to, because this is what we do here. It's like season 3, it's like you have to think about Faith. You cannot get by on season 3 without giving shit about Faith. You have to. Faith is like the superstar of season 3. And if season 4 decides to turn Spike into the superstar, you know, I'll be cool with that. He's funny. I like that. This whole thing with Willow, anything she says comes true. Well, not anything, just certain things. It made me think of 2 things, both of them being anime. One of them, Code Geass, specifically the lack of the control that she had. It almost acted like Code Geass in a way. The main character has an ability to give someone a command, and then they are forced to do it. And at a certain point, the main character loses kind of control about when to trigger it. And it's also the eye. It's also the eye specifically. So when Willow was accidentally triggering it and her eyes turn like this gray and suddenly things happen, it really reminded me of that show. Because there is a point in Code Geass where the main character essentially jokes around like, well, you wouldn't commit genocide, and then it just makes the person commit genocide, and it's fucked up. And it reminded me of that. It's like, well, why doesn't Buffy marry Spike? And then it just happens. It's like, okay, it really reminded me of that. And the other thing is Suzumiya Haruhi no Jutsu, or the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, where the one of the main characters is a girl who is also God. and that's it. That's the premise. She doesn't know that she's God, which is what reminded me of it. She's just something that she really desires, something that she really wants, comes true. Anything. Reality literally alters in order for that to become true. But she doesn't know that she's doing that. Which creates some really interesting situations in that show. But that is all confined to one episode here. It is not so much explored as to, you know, things that Willow really desires. It is just shit that Willow says and just happens because it's funny. Essentially, that's what this episode was. So in that way, it is not interested in exploring anything beyond just, hey, wouldn't it be funny, you know? And that's fine. You know, that's fine. I like this. It's just a dumbass episode, honestly. But it does serve a very important purpose in making Spike more fun and likable, because now he's also victim to the dumb shenanigans that happen on a weekly basis to our main cast. Now we just have to look at Spike as the main cast that also goes through shit like this. And now he also has memories of being in that situation alongside everyone else, especially Buffy. I don't know what else to talk about. This episode, I feel, was pretty straightforward. The demon showed up here at the end, and it was nice that we get insight into Anya's story, where she was summoned by these demons too, and then they offer her a deal, and then she took it and she turned into a demon. And that's how Anya became the Anya that we knew the first time we saw her. And Willow is essentially going through the exact same situation. She's doing spells because of her grief. And then these demons show up and they're like, hey, you want to come work with us? And she's like, no. And they're like, well, shame. Okay, goodbye. Here's her business card. And then that's that. It's kind of funny. But it's nice to have that connection between Willow and Anya here, where Anya becomes more... We don't know enough about Anya, so having anything about Anya is kind of cool. Now we can draw a direct line between Willow and Anya, so we can like imagine what kind of person Anya might have been originally when this first happened. So that's nice. I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. This episode was just silly. I enjoyed it. Like I mentioned earlier, I had a terrible day yesterday. Today isn't much better, but I forgot about it for 40 minutes. So thank you, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, for that. Okay, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in to this reaction episode of Buffy. See you guys next time. And alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode of Buffy. If you'd like to watch Angel, the next episode in the watch order thing, you can just over at the Patreon, check out the link below, full length, all the stuff that I do. See you guys next time. Bye bye, take care.